My heart. I think I'm having a heart attack.
Yo, Ian, Craig, you okay, dude?
Oh, hello there. Have you ever found yourself in this situation? Yes, Leo, that's very painful. Today, in this video, we'll be showing you some basic first aid skills so you can learn how to save these people, specifically someone who has gone into cardiac arrest and someone who has fractured their bone. Let's get started. The first thing to remember when performing first aid are the 3 C's: check, call, and care. The first C is to check the scene for safety. So, as you can see in this scenario, the patients were outside in a very dangerous situation when a car hit Leo at a speed of 40 miles per hour. So, these first responders moved them inside for their own safety. After checking the scene, next is to check the patient. Check for responsiveness by gently shaking the person's shoulder and asking if they are okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? If there is no response, move on to the next step. The second C is to call. If possible, have a bystander call 911 while you're caring for the patient. Hello. If it is not possible, stay with the patient and call 911 before proceeding to care for the patient. Make sure you call 911 and tell them your situation, your location, and the condition of the patient. Final C is care. First, check for breathing and a pulse. Check for breathing by using the head tilt chin lift method as seen here. Put one of your hands on the patient's forehead and the other hand under their chin to lift up the jaw and open their airway. Then put your ear next to their mouth and see if you can hear or feel any breathing. Next, check their pulse. Use 2 fingers and place them on their neck, on the side of their neck, on the carotid artery to see if you can feel the pulse. In this case, Ian does not have a pulse or is not breathing, so he has gone into cardiac arrest. If there is no breathing and no pulse, start compressions. First, put one hand on top of the other and place on the upper chest. Not too low in order to avoid the xiphoid process, a small bone on the bottom of the rib cage that could break easily. Pump hard and fast at a rate of 100 beats per minute and about 2 inches deep into the chest. An easy tip for maintaining the speed is that this is the same beat as Staying Alive.
Okay, too fast.
Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive.
You can't tell by the way
After 30 compressions, give 2 rescue breaths. A mask would be helpful here in order to avoid contamination. You probably don't want any of the diseases that the patient could possibly give you. If you don't have a mask and you don't feel comfortable giving rescue breaths, you can continue with compression-only CPR. If you do give breaths, remember to use the head tilt chin lift method, again, to open the airway. Continue giving compressions and rescue breaths in a ratio of 30:2 until emergency services arrive, they show signs of life, or you are too exhausted to continue. Now let me show you guys how to care for a broken arm. When Leo was hit, his forearm was fractured. He also seemed to have severe bleeding. If possible, get a first aid kit and use the gloves in order to prevent contamination. If the patient is conscious and awake like Leo is, you must ask for consent before you start treating them. If they say yes, start off by asking him what happened. Are you okay? Do I have consent? Next, call 911 and give them information about the patient and your location.
Hello.
If there is severe bleeding, apply dressing on the wound and apply direct pressure for 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure to elevate the arm above the level of the heart. If it bleeds through, do not remove the dressing and apply more. Then apply the bandage over the dressing to hold the dressing in place. Since Leo also has a fractured bone, we must stabilize it by using a splint and sling. To make a splint, use a rigid material such as a roll of newspaper to hold the arm in place. Make sure the splint covers below and above the break in the bone. Then bandage to hold the splint in place. Check to make sure the splint is not too tight by putting 2 fingers between the splint and the injured body part.
Oh
my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Wah. Yeah. Wah.
You can't do this with the gloves.
Wah. Yeah. Wah. Yeah.
To further stabilize the arm, use a sling to allow the patient's arm to be held in a comfortable position. Use a triangular bandage from the first aid kit or a scarf to support the arm. Then tie the sling around the neck. Remember, this is a temporary fix until a medical professional sees the patient. Use the acronym RICE to remember how to care for a fracture. R is for rest, I is for immobilize, C is for cold, and E is for elevate. In this video, we showed you how to perform CPR. Remember your 3 C's: check, call, and care. Remember to do 30 compressions to 2 breaths at a speed of 100 beats per minute. Push hard and fast. Do not stop until signs of life are seen, emergency services arrive, or you are too exhausted to continue. And how to treat a broken arm. Remember to apply direct pressure to stop severe bleeding, stabilize the broken bone using a splint and sling, and treat using the acronym RICE. I hope you guys learned something from us today. With these skills, you could possibly save someone's life.